How you guys doing? My name is Christopher Halka, and I'll be giving a brief introduction on myself. So first things first is I'm from the state of Texas. I've born and raised here. I've lived here my entire life. Again, it's a pretty good state, but it is a little warm in the summer here. So a little bit about me. So I graduated high school in 2022. It took me about 3 years to finish that up, but then I moved to a 141 community college. So um, I stayed there for about a semester, but due to some staffing issues and actually not enough flight instructors, I was forced to leave and go to a true 141 accelerated flight program. It took me about 2 years to finish that. It's about the slowest accelerated program I've ever heard of. But I did finish with my CFI, CFII. I got about 340 flight hours, most of which were just kind of time building on the side, but I really enjoyed that process. So my collegiate plans. So right now I'm working on a bachelor's in aviation. I got about 38 credits remaining. I'm enrolled in 12 right now, so I'm planning on taking 26 over the summer, anticipating an August 8th graduation of this year. It's going to be pretty tough, but I think it's going to be pretty possible. So my future plans, right now I'm working on this college degree to hopefully commission in the armed forces. I think serving the country is a very admirable thing to do, and I'd really like to do that. I'm also not oblivious to the fact that a aviation degree is not the most useful degree outside of aviation. So I'd like to hopefully get an engineering degree, maybe in nuclear engineering or maybe aeronautical engineering, something like that, just so I can have other options to do if something would happen. Religious reflection. So I've always been focused on aviation. I'm very blessed to have essentially made it through. I started from day one wanting to be a pilot, and thankfully I've made it. Most people never get to see the inside of a plane, and I have over 340 flight hours, and loved every minute of it. So what I'd like to learn is a little bit more about weather acquisition. If we go look on, say, ForeFlight, do we have a METAR? How did they actually get the METAR or the TAF? How are they um, taking in this weather? How do these weather balloons work? And then next, a much more advanced weather theory, beyond what's just in these FAA handbooks. What's the kind of weather theory meteorologists learn? And then lastly, a little bit into weather prediction. So, I have all of this theory from, years of flying. How can I actually utilize that and make more accurate predictions into what the weather may be? Alrighty, guys. Thanks for listening.